someone trying to talk to me? Hello?
No. I've been quite quiet.
Oh, good, because I just realized I had everything on deafen.
Yeah, you just happened to be asking when I was at the other side of the room trying to fiddle with the 3D printer, but
What you printing?
some tentpole feet for the scouts.
Oh, for the scouts.
Yeah, we've tried putting up the tents a few weeks ago and found out that the tentpole feet are just mangled and destroyed, and I said I'll print some new ones, but didn't get around to it yet until recently.
Time of year to do it?
Sorry?
Good time of year to do it.
Yeah. Well, in a couple of weeks we're going out camping, so yeah, needs to get done.
Good evening, Pete.
Yo ho.
Yo ho.
So how's it going?
Been a hectic couple weeks since we last played.
It has been a while, huh?
Yeah. Outside trying to clean. It's finally warm enough to actually attempt it. And I lost track of time, so that's why I'm a little late.
That's fine.
Well, I think maybe we should get going. I think we're gonna miss um, one, maybe two players, but we've agreed to mush on. So let's recap where we were last, which was what, 3 weeks ago, I think. At this point,
Somewhere under the keep, I think.
so yep, somewhere under the keep. And briefly, you had kind of explored about a quarter of it. You explored the sort of the upper left quadrant. Um, were exploring from that center room, the door to the right, kind of where you're at now. You'd come across a room that had an couple of interesting features to it. Arista's currently there. I don't know, studying things. So this is it Underkeep A?
Underground A, is that what it is?
Underground A, yes.
Yep.
Underground A, there we go.
And if you recall the center room there, it's got the 4 doors. Those doors are very heavily constructed. And in fact, the door to the north had additional warning signs like keep out and enter at your own risk, that sort of thing.
As if we're supposed to pay attention to this.
Right. So
it's clearly meant for other people. Huh?
Exactly. And some of the very last things you did, Arista's in the room studying the astrolabs / gyroscope type device in the middle. That is quite large. It's around 6 foot diameter in all three axes. And 2 of you, Alkias and Vartan, were forging ahead and come into a room full of rubble. I don't believe...
Yeah, we said we were going that far and then we were going to head back to the room, if I remember correctly, after we investigated the rubble. Did we I think we searched it and didn't find much. I can't remember.
I think you had found... Did you not find some sort of parcel there?
I might have done, I don't recall. Okay, we search around until we find some sort of parcel.
Well, I'm trying to find what you might have found there. Let's look at your party sheet.
Yeah,
I don't see anything obvious
it.
on there. The unidentified items, if I remember correctly, are amulets.
Correct.
Yeah, there's nothing else on there of note, so...
Okay. So I think I'm mistaken about what you might have found there.
But I'm not sure. I thought we searched, but maybe we didn't. My memory is vague.
Yeah, I think you did a couple times. I mean, even if you try
Okay.
again a third time, you're not going to find anything of
Okay.
interest.
No, that's fine. So I think we've been peeking around corridors. I'm inclined that we will just peek around that last bottom corridor, and then we'll go back and check with Arista then.
All right.
Now I'm feeling the burden of someone who's not here, sending them to their doom.
You.
Alcias, was he a rogue? I forget.
Yes,
Yes.
he's a rogue.
So he can sneaky down and peek around the corner down there and report back what he sees.
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, maybe not quite so exposed, but
Ah, right. Yes, of course. He's peeking around the corner. He will see
another door.
two doors. Yep.
That's enough. We will head back to the others then. And Alcias too, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's a way I can give owner. Oh yeah. Okay, somebody's
can
dragging
move
him. Sure.
That's me.
Good.
Okay, so he will come join us. Now, actually, he can just keep watch here, down towards those two doors, just in case anything does show up.
Mm-hmm. So have you uncovered anything interesting about the room, Arista?
I don't think so, but I would like to try again because I don't recall exactly.
You do. I believe I revealed to you that I don't recall exactly how you did it, but you got the sensation that you were in two places at once.
Yes, I do remember that. Okay.
Oh, this was
Freaking-
Stargazer. You were using your stargazing spell.
Yes, because I wanted to know if I could find, like, does this room work with that in any way?
It seemed to have a confusing, minimal uh, reaction for you.
Minimal, huh? Okay.
Sorak interested in do anything at this point, or?
We
Or-
came back, and I'm trying to remember why we came back to Arista.
So as not to separate the party.
Yeah, I believe there was some hesitancy about pushing too far forward.
Getting too far away, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm interested in what's in those two doors at the end of that hallway. But we need to kind of wait for Arista to come out of her trance or whatever before pushing on further.
I'm ready to be done if the room is done doing to me.
Yeah, the room is not doing anything actively at this moment.
No, we came back because we didn't want to get too far ahead of you.
Let's move on. I'll tell you about it as we walk.
Okay.
So
So
we're going to move back down to those two doors that we just discovered.
I think that would be a good thing. Because for some reason I'm not feeling the motivation to hit that heavy door back at the back where you could go north, or we just decided to push through this way. So let's finish this path.
All right. If someone would like to roll for a check for Alkias.
Okay, I'm just
Sure.
going to roll a d20. I don't see the rest of his stats. Do you want me to roll it in the
Yeah.
tower? Or
No, you can roll it in the open.
Okay.
You
I
don't
know what
see
the
his
bonuses are for,
stats. Let's see.
It's not a very successful roll anyway. It's the door on the right that he's trying to open, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it doesn't appear. Nothing that jumps out at him, and it doesn't appear locked or trapped. And I actually feel like I can probably roll for him.
I think that's better if you roll for him. So he's going to try and unlock the door or
That's not going to work.
open the door or whatever it is he does.
I'm trying to figure out if there's. Oh, there it is. Okay. For next time. So I'm sorry. So he opens the door, and again, a very dusty, small room. Does not appear to have been used in a long, long time.
I would say we check it out.
So that's it, just a 10 by 10 room.
Yep.
Look
Okay.
like it might be bigger.
So Alkias also goes
Okay,
in,
or
checks
not.
out if there's anything dodgy in there. I'm going to listen at this door. Not that listening is a strong skill of mine, but just while they're investigating that.
Go ahead and roll a listen check.
I'm sorry, I had a young man here asking for something. I'm supposed to be rolling something. Hear me.
Yes. Yeah. Are you? What are you actively doing?
I'm hanging out waiting for the guys to check the door. Did they do that yet?
Yeah. I think Vartan was going to roll a listen check.
Which is what? It's wisdom, I think.
Wisdom. Yep.
Not my strongest suit.
Nope. But yeah, it's the same as it's been for quite a while. It's definitely quiet.
Cool. I'll wait for Alkias to finish checking out the room and then he can check out the store for traps and locks and things.
Yep. Gonna shuffle up and. Doesn't find anything interesting here. Just sort of shrugs his shoulders.
Open it up.
And I do believe it might have been in that room with the rubble. You found at some point a barrel of arrows.
That was.
That was somewhere, yeah, and there was something special about them, if I remember.
There were strange feathered arrows.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I took them, I think. Let me see. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, strange black feathered arrows. I have 20 of them.
And you find another barrel in this room with the same. And not much else but dust.
Okay, can we drop those in the party sheet, please?
Yep.
As many as is reasonable to carry.
I'm going to kind of get close to the door and concentrate for a second to see if I can sense anything evil ahead of us through the door.
Yeah, your detect evil radar, as you sort of sweep it around, you don't sense anything
Okay.
evil ahead. And Ikeas is somewhat certain he doesn't hear anything. There's
I will
this
step aside and let the nimbler fingers.
nails his check for find traps and is absolutely certain there are no traps.
Oh.
And it reveals the short hallway leading to a hallway heading due south. It's twice as wide now.
Okay. Kind of peek around the corner, see what I can see.
At the end of the hallway, it looks like there might be some stairs leading straight up, circular stairs.
I'll kind of, walk back a little, tell everybody else what I see. Looks like stairs up, like we found way back the first time we came here, and we came up in the inner keep.
That looks like a very trappy corridor. Yeah, Rogue, can you check it out? Make sure it's safe.
I can't do his accent, so he'll just say, what exactly am I looking for?
Anything that might hurt you. Or us.
Oh, well, he's gonna actively be listening and searching around for traps. And he'll make it up to that corner. And as he peeks around, it does look like it is the
Stairs. I
stairs
hate
upward
stairs.
and they lead upward.
I hate stairs. They need to make dwarven stairs, not these pedestal stairs. Hard for a dwarf to climb these things. Can you get to the bottom and look up to see if I can see anything? Daylight. closed door.
Well, yeah,
anything.
there is a trap door
Hmm.
at the top of the stairs.
How about one of you longer-legged people go up and see? I don't want to have to climb these stairs, and we're just going to come right back down.
Okay, I've got one Ben Light rune inscribed in my inscribed staff. If someone's willing to go up and through that trapdoor and investigate, then I can make them invisible at least while they do it. And I look pointedly at Alkias.
Yes, if there's any doubt, if you need something done, just have Alkias do it.
Well, he's a sneaky one, huh? And this is sneaky business. So
Yes.
I will use my runic staff so I can have two. Oh no, am I level 3 now? Or still level 2? Let me see.
Level 3.
I'm level 3. I can have
Everyone
3
is-
runes in my staff. I'm missing one. So I currently have 2 runes in the staff. So I will use the Bend Light one on him. So he can go up through the trapdoor and have a snoop about.
If I must. And he will listen at the trap door. And where did his cheek? I don't hear anything. Yep, definitely don't hear anything. What now? Should I go up?
Well, he can go up. We want him to. He's the invisible one, so he can go up and investigate while we wait down here
Okay.
to find out what he discovers. Huh?
Yeah, he fumbles about, finds that that actually the trap door is locked from the other side. So he takes him a minute to realize this, and he starts to fumble about, reaches into his pocket, pulls out some long silver utensils, and after a moment, sort of chuckles to himself and lifts the trapdoor upwards, and immediately a bunch of light sort of floods down into the area around the stairs. He peeks his head up, kind of does a 360, and he says, I don't know, it looks like the first floor of a tower. I see a door leading out towards the north east, and the stairs looks like it continues upward. I think this may be the court. That door might lead out into the courtyard of the keep.
Well, can you just check around, investigate, see what you can see while you're invisible, and then come let us know. Maybe if it's safe for us to go up there, or if we're somewhere suspicious, just let us know what you think is best. After snooping around a bit.
Okay. So he heads up, sort of lowers the trapdoor for a moment, plunging you back into darkness. Although I assume Arista has some sort of light. I think you're the only
I
one.
would hope so.
You and Alkias were the only ones that needed light, so. And he doesn't need it, so you hear him sort of walking around above you on the wooden floor above you. And you hear the creak of a door to the northwest, and then you hear him scuffling like he's maybe walking upstairs. And he's gone for several minutes. And then finally you hear footprints back down on the floor walking around, and then the trapdoor lifts up, and he sticks his head down, kneels down and sticks his head down and says to you, "Yep, no, this is definitely the southwest tower of the keep. The door leads out into what looks like a courtyard, a bunch of buildings. There's a well.
Yep, well.
Yeah, and then it goes up 4 or 5 flights and ends at a parapet leading out of the north and to the east.
Okay. So I think is this a better place to come up from than last time when we came up?
This one won't put us in the inner keep. This one will put us in the outer keep.
Correct.
Yeah, which is more acceptable, let's say.
Yes.
If we get seen. Okay, I've just loaded the keep now. So the southeast, the courtyard down where all the buildings are and the well.
Correct.
Yep.
And to make it
yeah.
official, because the geometry is not exactly correct, but although there are 2 towers in the lower left corner, this would be the southernmost tower. If it should matter. And I don't think it really matters, but if it has to, that's the tower.
Okay, then I guess we can come up here.
Yeah, well,
agrees.
this actually maybe is better. We're kind of coming out probably right beside a building versus out into the middle of this open yard. And in easier. Okay. Are we going to leave or are we going to try out the final door?
I think discretion is the better part of valor here. I think we should leave and make sure that our vote is secure.
Yes, I believe you are correct. I agree. So I should say.
Hello?
Arista?
Yes,
what do
Jen?
you think? We
Oh,
barely
good. You
you're
can hear me
quiet.
now.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been chattering all along. Have we been out in this part of the keep before?
Yeah, it's where all the buildings are, the shops and everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
just
if you
making
pull up
sure.
Keep A, it'll
Yeah, I
be
can
the old
see it.
familiar
I just-
keep.
And keep ISO actually works too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I kind of like coming up in this area.
Now I should
Sorry,
note
I'm having some operational problems here with my mute button, so I'm working.
when Alkias did peek out, he will also say there are a number of tents and bags, like sleeping bags, bedrolls, laid out in that courtyard, full of people.
Yep. We came this because it was like a traffic jam
Mm-hmm.
getting into the keep.
And in fact, they were now scrutinizing everyone that came in the keep.
Yep, we'll have to deal with that.
Checking more aggressively.
We now have a way of getting out of the keep without going through the main gates, then it?
It would stand to reason.
Knowledge is power.
Can we latch it again now that we're out?
The trapdoor? Definitely.
Yeah, or is it a lock?
No, it's just more or less a simple latch. It's heavy
Okay.
iron, so it wouldn't be easy to break, but it has no real locking mechanism.
We'll latch it behind us then.
Yeah, plus the outer keep's where we want to be because that's where the vault is. That's where, well, pretty much everything we want to get to right now is. I would say let's try to look inconspicuous and make our way to make sure things are secure.
All
I
right.
believe Arista is the one that owns the vault. So,
Yep. Am I supposed to be moving my character like out of here, or we're just
No,
coming in, right?
yeah, I don't think
We're done with the underground A map.
for the moment, yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay, so what are your thoughts? Where do you want to go first?
Yeah, let's get to that vault right away.
All right. So, as I've said, it's a bit crowded. There are all number of people who look like they've just escaped a war zone. Um, very grungy, sooty. A lot of what look like um, scars and wounds. Few people are sort of moaning and crying.
If I
And
listen to what the people were saying,
you will hear them.
what are their various stories?
They'll say, "Oh, where did they come from? They were so vicious, so evil, and they spared no one. My cousin was running, and they they were seemed like they were supernaturally fast, and they ran him down, and they attacked him from behind, and they jumped on him like ravenous wolves, and they looked like the dead, like they had freshly risen from the grave. Some of them had hardly any flesh; they were mostly bone. And those eyes, I cannot forget those eyes, those glowing green eyes.
well, that's for,
Interesting.
Where did they see these?
They they attacked at night. They breached, from what you can gather, they breached the eastern wall of Holmgren, or that's where the attack wave came from. And you'll overhear them saying, we lost so many brothers and sisters in the few weeks since the the order of the supple hand came, but I think we lost probably a third of our people in just a few hours when those creatures came. So many dead.
this is the first we've heard of these creatures.
Have they been seen on the road or anywhere outside of Holmgren?
Anybody who's seen them is probably not yet living. We haven't seen them since Holgren. We just came straight here. We marched for 36 hours. We ran mostly. No sleep.
Sleep now, you're safe.
Faster than I could mute.
Hmm.
You are heading to the vault.
Yep.
Yep. Give me one moment while I look up which building that is. I don't recall offhand. I believe it would have been with the gatehouse. One second.
Because we know the church is right there, the red roof.
Got the gate, bailiff, private apartments, common warehouse. And the guild house. Hang on. Actually, I think that there isn't a bank per se, so it makes the most sense to me that would be stored in a warehouse, where most of the merchant goods would have been stored. And it would be well guarded. Yeah, there's a lot of valuables in this warehouse. And the warehouse is number 5. It's probably that one on the top. Hang on a second.
I think I'm looking at the wrong keep map then, if you're marking anything on the maps.
Nope. So when you let's see. I don't think I have yet figured out how to place a pin on this map. Drawing mode. I don't want a drawing mode. Try it. It's roughly this building right here.
Which map are you on? The item? Oh, I see
yeah,
it now.
keep A. Yep.
Yeah, I see it.
So there are several guards here at all times. And they do have areas where they would keep more important valuables. So they'd be behind a separate set of locked doors.
Now, as I see the different buildings, is anybody like asking for papers or anything? I'm most interested in deciding, is someone keeping track of who has come through the front of the keep?
No. You didn't get that sense when you first came around the front and you saw the trail of refugees flowing in. There didn't seem to be much. The guards were not stopping them for the most part. It seemed like they have a very brief conversation, and the guards would just sort of wave them in without any recording or writing down of anything. And then
Did our errant rogue ever come in through the back entrance with us? I can't remember. Would he likely know about the back way in, or would he be in the queue of refugees if he does turn up?
That's a very good question. I think he was not with you when you came through the first time.
Yeah, I don't think so. So that's.
I think you hired him after that point.
Favor.
Yeah. So you're right. He may not know. As far as you know, he does not know about the secret entrance.
Cool.
Which is not the same as saying he's not already here.
Right now, I think we have 3 priorities, and that's the vault, taking these amulets and information to Priest, and then getting some rest, because I think we're quite late in the day.
Yes. That is for sure. 17 is the chat.
Yeah, so let's get into this here vault.
So you arrive at the vault, and a lot of people seem to be clamoring to get in for some reason, so the guards are at full attention with weapons drawn, and they keep shouting at people to stay back.
Yay. So what does it sound like people are clamoring to get in for? Why?
There's room in there. Let us in. Give us some provisions. We're starving. Didn't you see there are women and children here? I don't care. It's not my job to be your personal bank.
Okay, so I'm I'm gonna tell the guys just hang back. Um, and I'm gonna try and get to the front since it's my vault. And step aside. I have business here, kind of. Like I actually have legitimate business here. I'm not just trying to get in. Can I find somebody in charge that I've seen before, that I've worked with before?
Well, when you first put the items in your vault,
Vault?
you had to call. Yeah, you had to call the corporal of the watch. Where he is stationed usually near the gate, so just across the street, more or less. And then he would arrive with keys, and he has all the keys that unlock the outer doors, and then there's two inner sets of doors before they get to the private areas of the warehouse.
Okay. Do I
And
see him?
you'll have to look for him briefly,
Yes.
but assuming you
I
do,
will look for him.
he will find him and he'll say, what do you want?
Uh, I I need to get into my vault. I have concerns about its security at this moment.
You have your papers, right?
Other than this,
Be quick.
other than this crowd of people. My papers. Was I given papers when I got the vault?
Yeah, you were
I
given
would hope so.
some sort of seal that would have your
Okay.
name and a brief description of whatever you said was in the vault, and then the
Yes.
corporal's
Yes, of course.
seal.
Yes. Here. Yes, of course. Here.
Very well.
Has
Um,
anyone else attempted to enter my vault today?
well, we've had several attempts at break-ins, but we've been able to thwart those. So your belongings are still safe, if that's what you're implying.
Excellent. Well, no implication at all. I'm concerned that perhaps you might need some help.
Do we want to maybe move some of our stuff down underneath the keep? If there's some of the rooms not really used or traversed in a long time, they could be a better, more secure location than the vault.
Unless somebody discovers the area under the keep.
Yeah, that's the lookout. But then if people are trying to break into the vault, it just takes one slip in security and everything in the vaults is gone.
On the other hand, maybe we just suggest they put everybody under the keep.
No. I want to know what else is down there before I make such a drastic recommendation.
Okay, so I'd like to go into the vault, make sure that everything's still there and that no
Okay.
one's gotten in.
Yep. So he as he nears, he sees the calamity out front, and he sees his two guards are struggling to keep people back. So he calls an additional couple of guards, and they all draw swords and make room and sort of push the rabble back. And
Okay.
while they're doing that, he begins unlocking the two large outer doors, and then he motions you in quickly, and he says, "Be quick about it."
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay, are we all going to slide in?
Yeah, who's going in with you?
Because I think
guys...
this is the best time to move stuff out if we're going to. Otherwise, it's going to get more difficult.
I don't know that we should be moving stuff out.
Maybe just
My
the
vote is no.
stalactites. You think it's most secure here?
I don't know that it's most secure here, but I don't think that it's a very good idea to bring out things while all of these people are here.
Well, if we have a cloth, we just throw a robe over the barrel or a cloth over the barrel. They can't see what's in it.
Well, for what it's worth, randomly
My vote
speak.
is here.
Okay, Alkias just thinks for a moment and randomly decides he's with Vartan. He's going to suggest we move it, although he agrees that it is risky moving it right now.
What about Tor?
Oh, Tor.
Sorek, what do you think?
If we're thinking about moving it to the underground, yeah, I think we could do it because we could just
Now
kind of
or
slip
later?
now.
Okay.
If we put it in one of the small rooms, for example, the one, where we had the big four-way doors. I don't know if you guys still have Underground A open.
I actually do.
If you look at the big room with the four-way doors, if you go west from there, there's a little room off to the south. I think if we tuck something in there, it'll probably not be discovered in a hurry. Yeah.
Okay, it
I
sounds
agree.
like we're moving the stuff. But
Now, I'm not necessarily saying move it now if you are convinced it's not the best time, but then we need a plan for when we're going to come back and shift it.
well, I wonder if once we're inside, I can talk to the guard and we can see about moving it outside of typical business hours.
I don't think business hours are the issue. I think the issue right now is people wanting to have some place to lay down.
Right. So that's my concern is in that havoc, things can easily.
I think that havoc's going to be 24/7 for a while.
Yeah, and are we just going to move the stalactites, or do you want to move everything out of the vault?
Yeah, so that was going to be my suggestion is that we leave something behind. Definitely not the stalactites. We should not move those.
Well, that's what I'm keen on moving the most.
Yeah.
I mean, we should. That's what I'm saying is we should not leave those. I'm sorry, I said that backward.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. The rest of what's in there, I think it's mostly your personal stuff, except for one gem that we have in the party sheet.
Is that it?
From the party sheet,
Look,
we have one diamond and the large stalagmites.
Well, here's the weird thing. I had a big note on my monies about where things were, and now, there it is. Okay, there's
probably
a ton of
money in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of money in there.
Ah, that's in the party sheet, yeah. In Keep Bank. So Keep Bank is the vault as well, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Because we can maybe move the platinum as well and leave the gold and silver. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, we've got the 3 diamonds, the 19 stalagmites, and all of that cash. So my thinking is leave the diamonds and some of the cash.
And the stalagmites.
And any of this other stuff we have kind of bracelet with the holy symbol and the ornate priestly robe, that could stay.
That's in our inventories at the moment. That's not in the vault. The only things there in the vault are the diamond and the large stalagmites and the cash.
Yes, but we can put them into the vault, right?
We could, yeah.
So I'm saying
the robes.
Let's not leave the vault nearly empty as to cause suspicion, but let's get the things that we don't want discovered most out.
Yep.
Almost creating a hideout in the caverns below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which we can
Okay, so
access
let's
from
do that. So
outside
we're
or
gonna go
from
in.
within the keep, so it's good.
Yes. Yep.
So we're gonna go in. We're going to take out all but like 128 gold. How's that? And we'll leave the copper in there too.
Yeah, we leave the copper and the gold, and like you said, 128 gold.
Yeah.
And the rest we can slide into, I guess the gold, the money we can slide into the barrels under the stalagmites. So.
We're gonna leave 128 gold and 210 copper. And how about we leave the 62 silver?
Yeah, that's good. I'm with that.
And then we'll also leave the diamond bracelets. And the bracelet with the holy symbol. The fire opals and the priestly robes.
Sure.
Okay, and everything else we're going to take out of the vault.
Yeah.
Those large stalagmites. Are we going to be able to get them all out of the vault at once, Mark, without them being noticed?
They're in a barrel.
Oh, they're in a
Yeah, we
barrel.
brought them in a barrel. I guess we can take them
Okay,
out.
and how are we going to get the barrel out? I mean,
Cover
how
it
are we
and-
going to smuggle the barrel down below?
I don't know that smuggling is really what we need to worry about right now. There's so many people milling about.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to get into that
Okay.
tower and then slip it down.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's go then. We'll roll out the barrel.
And cover it. Well, if it's closed, that's even better. I don't remember if it's closed or not, but if it's closed, then yeah, we roll out. We take the barrel.
We'll certainly make sure it is.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll leave those other things behind and carry some stuff out.
So you got about 40 or 50 pounds. We'll say 45 pounds in the barrel.
Yep.
And you got quite a few pounds in the money.
But we can split it amongst us. We can have 2 people carrying the barrel if needed, and the other people carrying the money.
Okay.
Strap it to me.
There's 5 of us, so hopefully it shouldn't be a problem.
The dwarf becomes the mule.
I summon the dwarven strength of hail. And with that, I take a slug of booze from my skin, and I feel much stronger. Might not be stronger, but I feel stronger.
Little liquid strength, liquid courage.
That's right.
Okay, so that's the plan. You're all gonna load up, and the 5 of you are gonna carry bits and pieces of your treasure, including a large, well, somewhat large barrel, around the corner.
So
So
can we just for now? I'm sorry, change the coins that are in the party sheet. Just the coins. So that we're adding.
You want to create another set?
I want to create another set. We can just add the 1400 that we just took out to the 1223. It's 2623.
I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you saying you want another set of 4?
Yes, that's what she's asking.
No.
Yeah,
No,
don't
I'm
you want
not
another
asking.
set of gold piece to say like caverns or tunnels
Okay,
in the
sure.
basement.
I wasn't even at that point. I just wanted to move it out of the keep bank and into the held stuff, the undistributed stuff. But thank you. There's not going to be any copper in the basement. Well, we might leave some copper. I
There
don't know.
might be. We're building a hideout here.
Yep. All right. I'll keep it here on my paper for now. Or actually, Mark, maybe you're not aware that we can't change these numbers here.
So how many are heading to the basement? How many gold?
1,400.
That was in the keep.
Yeah, this is what's
From the
coming
keep.
out of the in-keep bank. It's 1,400.
Okay. How many silver?
Leave 62 and take 300.
Platinum?
Take all the
And take
platinum
all the plat.
and leave all the copper.
And leave all the copper. Thank you.
All right. That look right?
Yep.
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 And maybe we move more from our
Do you want me to
collective
mark
purse
the
to the basement.
underground location where we're going to try and take it?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm curious to see how you're going to get all that stuff to the gatehouse, to the tower.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Given that the streets are not exactly wall to wall people, but right now you've got a lot of refugees. Probably several hundred
Well,
of them in this lower area.
Yeah, we'll just muscle our way through. Yeah, I've got no runes that are going to help us here. My runes
Kinda
are
have to
mostly
push
spent
our
for the
way.
day.
Mark, if you might also change the assignment on some of the parcel items. The bracelet with the holy symbol is now in the vault. The large stalagmites are no longer in the vault. And
Hang
the
on.
fire opal and the priestly robes are now in the vault.
So, I'm sorry. So, robes are in the vault. What else is in the vault?
Fire
Fire
opals
opal?
are in the vault. And the bracelet with the holy symbols in the vault. And the large stalagmite is out of the vault. All 19 of them. Thank
That look
you.
right?
Yep. Great. Now I don't have to keep track of it on sticky notes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. How are we doing this, gentlemen?
Walking.
Walking it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a ton of distance, but we just gotta kind of, carrying a
Muscle
barrel
through.
out.
Okay, so I'll walk ahead of whoever has the barrel, and we can go first. And I can make way, coming through, make way.
Use your staff.
What's the building in the northeast section of the keep?
Northeast of the inner keep or
The outer keep.
the area where you are now?
Yes.
Oh, I see. You've circled it up there?
No, that's the inner keep, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, that's the inner keep.
No, I was talking
sorry.
about the outer keep. So hey, let me draw.
So if
The purple-
that is
oh.
Priest's and the Abbey.
FPS in the Abbey.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to be loudly talking to the others about how the Abbey is making arrangements for refugees as we make our way through the crowd.
A bluff. I like it. Give me a charisma check.
Nice.
Because as soon as you come out of the warehouse, people start kind of coming up to you and clamoring. You got food? Can you spare it? Can you help us? Can you help
Okay,
us?
Do you want me to roll in the tower? Or...
Yeah, no, roll it out in front.
Oh, come on!
Oh my gosh. He lies! There's no room at the chapel. We've already checked. He's lying. He's hiding something. So the crowd
I
presses.
heard that there was room in the chapel.
They
Maybe
press
I'm
in on you
mistaken.
harder.
Okay, anyone else got any tricks up their sleeve? That really didn't pan out as I imagined.
No, that was.
They've got something in that barrel. What's in the barrel, mister? Is it food? We're starving
It
here.
ain't food. It ain't food.
Who believes a
You want to smell the
dwarf?
barrel?
Anybody here believe a dwarf? Nobody. It's food. I can smell it.
You can
There's no
smell
food
it?
in this
Then you
barrel.
need something done with your nose, boy. It smells nothing like but dirt and wood.
You weren't wearing that funny-looking plate armor, I'd have at you.
What's that got to do with food?
The food is stored in the inner keep. We don't go carrying it around out here.
They won't
Yeah,
share it
where
with
you
us.
think all the food is?
You'll share it with us.
We got nothing to share.
You can afford it. You look like you can afford food. Share it. Anything.
Okay,
Food. Sleeping bags. Anything.
I reach
Bandages.
into my...
I got a provision. That's about all I got left. I gotta have some for myself.
Yeah,
I
just
pull one
checking
out and I just throw it.
While we might be able to afford it,
There ain't nothing to have here.
exactly, there's nothing to be had. We're in the same circumstance as you. We can't purchase anything.
But you've got something and
Hang
you're
on.
hiding it. I'd hide it if I had something. You're hiding it.
Hang on, I've still got beefy, meaty, cheesy sandwiches in my inventory that I completely forgot about. The ones we picked up this morning. I'm going to pull them out and just hand them to the guy and say, here, take these. Tell the others I got it in the tavern.
Okay.
And I give him my beefy, meaty, cheesy sandwiches.
So roll a d6. On a 1, the consequences are not good. On a 1 or 2, actually. Okay.
5. Ooh.
That seems to satisfy several people, and they sort of take your sandwiches and they sort of run off. So the crowd is slightly lightened up. The most vocal people seem to have accepted your handout and moved on.
Trying to push
I'm
on.
looking forward to those sandwiches, damn it.
So you're down a ration and some sandwiches, and you could without too much force make your way around to the tower.
Yeah.
So you've made your way around the tower. There's still a throng of people sort of following you from a distance, and there are many people in that courtyard who are maybe laying down in their bedrolls or sort of wandering about with blank stares on their faces.
Okay, so we just want to slip into the tower where we came from.
I think we just kind of go to the corner. Don't go into the tower. We don't want to make them suspicious. And just kind of wait. Like,
So
we're
just huddle out.
hunkering down there.
Okay, so you're not going to open the
Just in
door.
that triangle there.
Gotcha.
Right. I'm just thinking we hunker down here, so it looks like they've lost interest or people have kind of, and then we kind of make our way, maybe even just one or two at a time, into the tower.
In fact, if we put up a tent in front of the tower door,
You have a tent?
Then we'll have people trying to sleep in it because it's shelter.
yeah, well, so what we
I
do
was just
is
thinking about putting the barrel down and grabbing out a blanket and just trying to wrapping myself into it like I'm hunkering in.
yeah, so this is
Maybe
my suggestion: is we take whatever blankets and bedrolls we have and string up some rope and like go about the business of looking exactly like what everybody else is doing, but do it right in front of the door.
Or we can make
So
a
that-
distraction and then everyone else sneaks the stuff in while we're causing an appropriate distraction.
like somebody with their luring stone.
I don't think I have one at the moment, but that's a really bad idea. Bad idea.
Now, I will point out at this point, you do stand out. Most of the people here are wearing very tattered commoner clothing. There's no one here in armor. No one here carrying any sort of weapon or staff. And the five of you are in full, adventuring gear and armor, and you're all carrying some sort of weapon and backpacks. And
all the more reason to make a humble tent out of whatever blankets we have and hide inside it until it gets dark enough that no one will notice us slipping through the door that's behind the tent we've just made, so that they can't see the door anyway.
Okay. I'm just pointing out you're getting a lot of stares because people are noticing you as you stand out. But your plan sounds sound.
Yep.
This is my plan. It sounds like they're not interested in it.
No, I'm going along with this. I'm just checking my inventory to see if there's anything I can kind of cover my clothes with to look less conspicuous. But not
I
really.
mean, I could put a blanket on, kind of cover way down on the ground, cover myself with a blanket.
Yeah.
Look like rub some dirt on my face, so
No,
then I just kind of look
So
like I'm
who's got
destitute.
who's got a tent?
I don't.
No,
Arista?
no tent. We're making do just like everyone else.
Okay, cool.
Rope, blankets.
Okay, let's do that then. On that night we'll slip in. But okay, we'll probably speak to Priest and everyone in the morning then. But I'm also thinking if it's like this, there's not going to be room in the tavern for us to sleep, so we could be as good as anything sleeping down in the underkeeper.
Yeah, exactly.
So take the stuff down there and sleep in there once it's dark enough for us to slip down there.
Yeah, we
Sounds
just got to
good.
get people not looking at us for right now.
Yeah, okay. So I follow Arista's lead.
Okay. So your plan is to put the fake curtain tent, whatever you want to call it, up.
Makeshift. It's not fake.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Wrong choice of words. The makeshift partition made of bedroll sheets that you would string
Yes.
across the corner, or
Yeah.
from tower to building, and then I
Yeah.
assume shortly afterward you're going to just open the door and go into the tower.
As soon as
Indeed.
it's obscured.
Okay, and leave the bedrolls hanging. Sheet.
Absolutely. We'll come
Okay.
back in the morning.
Okay. So you managed to all of you make your way into the tower, and I'm assuming you're going to then.
Can we lock that door?
You can be locked. So,
But if it wasn't locked when we came up, we probably should not lock it.
The door's on the inside. The people who would want it unlocked would be on the inside, and we'll just unlock it. Just a minor point that it wasn't locked before. We don't want
Okay.
people kind of coming in right now.
Anyone could have locked it. Any of the guards with a key, someone maybe decide to lock it. So
To keep the rabble out of this area.
Sure.
okay,
then
so
we'll slip this. Yep.
are we locking that tower door? Leading out to the...
I think we should.
I guess
After we
inside
go
the
in it?
tower, it still has access to other parts of the tower, so it's not
Right.
like it's completely sealed.
Right.
Oh yeah, sure. No, I mean anybody walking around the parapet can enter from the...
Yeah,
Right.
so we lock the
Northwest and east
external
side.
door and leave it like that.
Okay, and then I assume then you're just gonna lift the trap door once again and
Slide on down.
descend back down to the
Yeah,
underkeep.
and see if Elkist, our nimble fingers, can lock it once we're down.
Oh yes, okay. Yes, I think since he's very familiar with it now, he won't even bother making the check. He just, as soon as the five of you are below the trapdoor, he pulls out his tools and sort of slides the bolt of the trapdoor lock shut. So at least it appears that it's undisturbed, even though anybody could just come along and slide the bolt back.
Open it, but yeah. But it wouldn't look odd that it's unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I think we can go carry our booty to our room. At least our
Your
storage
booty's that
room.
heavy that you have to carry it? Oh. Sorry. Sorry.
I mean, there's a number of places we could kind of make a makeshift, place to hunker
Well,
down.
what were these little tentacle-like corridors in that square room?
At the entrance from the rocks.
That goes into there, does it? Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of coming in from the outside.
Yeah, they're essentially caves. They look more or less natural.
Yeah, we won't put them in there then. I think the room that I marked with an X is maybe best.
The
unless
purple
other
X?
people have ideas.
Yeah, I mean, that works, or the one that's kind of closer to us. Either one works, really. Not that.
Did any of them have a door that we can lock? Like the one with the purple X? Was that door locked?
The only doors that have been locked were from the big 4-door room.
But could the door be locked? Or
Could
is
the
it
door
just
be locked? You'd have to fashion something sort of ad hoc.
But we could lock the door going into that corridor.
That is true.
Yeah, but if we can't unlock it again, it'll become a major issue.
Well, you have your walking lock, Smith.
Yeah, well, as long as he stays alive, yeah.
True that.
Okay,
Although, if I
so
recall
let's-
correctly, you used brute force on the first door. If I recall. Remember there was
Yeah,
something
so-
about some kind of combined check where Tor was...
Yeah,
That was to
on,
get those doors,
That
yeah.
was on that one.
Yeah, and I think everyone after that,
Yes.
you were able to pick lock, but that one you used brute force. Anyway, moving along.
But we're looking to lock this one, just this one. So if anyone does come down here, they will hopefully just be interested in the open doors here.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Okay,
So
can
yeah,
we move it on, or yeah,
yeah.
we good?
So we'll hunker
Yeah.
down
We're
in the
good.
room with an X for the night, and we will use that as our stash for now.
All right. Anybody else doing anything else, or are you putting up any kind of watch, or are you just shutting the door and hoping?
I really wish I had magics for this. Oh well.
Stash. Are you scribbling that on the ground in the dust with a draw with an
No.
arrow pointing at the door? Secret stash this way.
That reminds me of something
No, but I
I'll
think
show
we
you.
should create this, call this cave stash, basement stash, something, and then move. We have a lot of loose coinage on us.
You do. And it's a bit heavy to haul around,
Yes.
by the by.
Yeah, I think we should move. That's kind of what I was trying to get at
Yeah.
earlier. Is we should move more of that cash into the stash. What if we move
Yeah.
1,200 of the gold pieces, and both of the flat, and all the copper? How's that sound, guys?
That's fine. And then distribute what's left
Yeah, so
to
we'd have
us.
2,600 in the of gold in the basement. $23 in our pockets.
So see the
I'm
thing
sorry,
I
Mark.
put
I'm
in the
looking at
chat.
the party sheet and I can't change this. Thank you. And then both of the plat go into the basement. How about we take all of the
I like
copper?
that secret nuclear bunker.
Where?
Yeah, I think put all the copper in there.
Yeah, all the copper in the basement.
What is that? 760?
Nope, it's 550.
No, 550.
Oh, because you left the
What
other
do
in
you
the gap
guys
in the bank.
think?
Gotcha.
What do you guys think about stashing the platinum maybe in those pipes that led up to that room where I crawled up? If we just
I
leave
don't know.
the
I'm leery of that room. Something about it just.
yeah, but just put it in the pipes, not all the way up.
Let's put 200 of that silver into the basement too. Thank you. Okay, so in the
I
end, we
see
may
what
have to
you
move
mean.
a little bit here and there.
I see what you mean, Pete.
Because the plat, that's a good bit of money in itself. That's not quite as much as we've got in gold, but it's nice. Only 157 coins, probably quite concealable, and we can just climb halfway up one of the pipes, drop it in, and then climb out. At least if anyone finds our stash, we've at least got a bit of bank set aside that hopefully they don't find. Because it's all a bit security by obscurity here.
Uh-huh. I'm going to make cryptic notes in a book somewhere.
Within the pipe of dreams, the
157
gold, the
in
coins
pipes.
do glitter and gleam.
Yeah.
weird.
We'll be able to understand where we left everything, but somebody reading it won't.
So yeah, for the night, I think we can set up a basic watch, one person at a time. No need to be overly advanced, just in case anything spooky going on down here.
And I'm assuming watch means you're going to put someone just outside the door.
Yeah. Just on the letter S there. The first S.
You're right. What's the watch order?
I'll put it on the party sheet. At the moment, it's Tor Arcanist. Let's just leave what's on the party sheet. I'm not too overly concerned with changing it, unless anyone disagrees.
No, that's fine with me.
So Tor, Alkias, Sorek, Arista, Vartan.
Oh, is this the order? Okay. Oh, it's right there.
Where do you
Watch
have
order.
this?
On the party sheet, if you go to the watch order tab. So you have the inventory
Why am I not
tab,
finding
and then
it?
you have, on the right hand side, you'll see a
My
couple of
party
tabs.
sheet just disappeared. I've got combat tracker. Thank you. Although we don't have numbers on these guys.
Okay, so early in the night, shortly after you bed down and just about to fall asleep, or at least the human and the dwarf who need the full sleep, and Okias, I guess, too, since he's human. Tor will sort of come knocking quickly on the door, and he'll say, I hear, I don't know, something that sounds like wailing down the hall. And he points towards the door. The door
Towards the east.
Yeah, the room with the 4 doors. And if you listen closely, you do hear what sounds like just the slightest, like out way off in the distance, some sort of wailing. Although it does not seem naturally human, it sounds more guttural and perhaps demonic.
Well, that'll help keep people away from our treasure.
That's why no one comes down here, huh?
Well, it's definitely coming from the other side of that door.
Do we want to sneak down and just check and listen?
Yes.
Did you wake everybody?
Well, he
It doesn't hurt.
yeah.
What do you do, guys? Just outright kill it. That might be what's keeping everybody away from here.
We got to move our tokens along the corridors. It's like that game with the buzzer on the wire. We've lost the other 2 guys.
Oh, hang on a second. Sorry, give me one moment.
Arista, you're still at the stairs as well. Oh no, you vanished. I vanished. Ooh, someone is vanishing us.
I'm still there.
Oh, what happened?
All on your own now.
Yeah. Oh, sometime because I was changing your order on the party sheet on the marching order, so it's oh, fantastic. So if I can either have them on the party sheet or on the thing. This is ridiculous. Hold on. Bet you there's another way to do this. How about we do this? Yes, okay. That's
I
fine.
see Tor.
But no, but then
Oh,
it takes him
he's
off this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I can either have him on the yeah, okay. Anywho. And Vartan. Alright. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. I'm not gonna worry about it. Moving on. Okay. So yeah, it's a little bit intermittent. Um, but when you reach the door, it is slightly louder at the door. So if you push through, and yes, you do hear it a little bit louder at that northern door.
Hey, dwarf, is it evil?
That's what I'm gonna
Oh,
come check.
definitely.
As, as if it's even a question.
It feels like an ancient evil.
I felt
I
this
think we can
before.
leave that door shut for now.
I think that's why we haven't opened it yet. I get my feel all raw just looking in that direction. I definitely think we need to be prepared for a fight if we do anything, and we're not in the shape right now.
Yeah, I would say you're at the end of your day and you're all a bit tired. So
Yeah. Interesting we didn't hear this before. Maybe it's a nighttime thing.
well, if you were to bother to look at your clocks, it would be right around midnight.
Hmm. Yeah, my watch, I need to wind it.
Yeah, let me pull out
Shake
my
the sand
sundial.
around.
Heading back to the stash. Uh, we can close, if not lock, this door here.
It locks from
Yeah,
the
we should.
inside.
Oh, okay. Then we can lock it too.
From the inside. So not from our side.
Oh, I interpreted our side as being the inside.
No, from inside the room. Actually, I take it back. I'm sorry. It locks on both sides. All doors lock on both sides.
Okay.
Well, except the bottom one to the south. It doesn't lock anymore.
Exactly. You just kind of have to
Funny.
push it tightly shut. It will stay on its own,
Yeah.
but
It might look a little ajar, but just don't look at it real close.
It looks like a lock, not a jar.
Da-dum-bum.
okay. Well, right around that time, then Alkias needs to take his watch. So he will swap with Thor.
Hopefully nobody has nightmares now.
And he, unlike Thor, is going to be needing to use his. I think you have a bowl lantern.
I think he does.
Yeah. All right. And the rest of the night passes without incident. And let us see who was the last up. Vartan, you're the one already awake in the morning. You were on last watch.
Okay, cool.
So it's morning. If you've got any wounds, you would heal 1 hit point. I think you're all good though.
I think we're all full.
I'm wondering if we want to start putting our runes down here instead of on that tree outside.
I think so.
Actually, Tor has some wounds. He's got 3.
Okay.
I definitely think that would be a good idea.
Actually, what I will do is put the runes on this wall here, so they're really not obvious. If anyone does come through, they're not going to see the runes and maybe mess with them. You see the line on the room just to the north of us?
Yep.
Because I never replaced the runes on the tree last time. So
Now, can we have taken some time here to any bricks that might be in the wall, kind of pull one out and scoop out the space behind it and stash stuff behind the bricks and all that good stuff.
Do you have tools
Not
for
just,
such a?
I will makeshift some tools. I have pens and daggers and such.
Pens and daggers.
I have a dagger. I have many daggers.
Are they brick walls?
They are
That's
hewn
what I'm
stone.
Okay. What about the floor? Is it also hewn stone?
It is also hewn stone.
So were we going to stash that plat, like I said, in halfway up one of the tubes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put another little X there. So that's where we stash the platinum.
Okay, well, I am totally going to try to make that barrel look like it's been there forever. Whatever dust or whatever we need to.
Sprinkle dust.
Indeed.
And the plat, I will assume you've got some sort of sack
Coin
or
pouch or
coin
something.
pouch, yeah, to hold that plat.
For the stash, I will also get the barrel that the arrows were in, and I will leave the extra bundle of arrows in that barrel, the extra 4 times 20 in that barrel with the rest of our stash there. And the rest of the space in the barrel, we can put the other non-plat coins as well.
Okay. So, as far as inventory goes, the arrows are in the underkeep.
Yeah.
And so you've got the large stalagmite. The last I knew, you were going to carry that with you.
Yeah, large stalagmites are also in the underkeep.
And
Yeah,
the
they
two...
made me carry it down the stairs.
What is a feather? The 2 unidentified amulets.
Still
We're going to
within
take
our
those
party.
to Priest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've also got some of the previous black feathered arrows, and I might show one of those to Priest as well.
Okay.
Anything else we want to do down here before we go up and be sociable?
I think I'm good to go. I really want to hit the inn and refill my skin if I can.
Okay, so back to the surface.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you got a bag or two worth of plat stashed partway up a chute of a sort, and the rest of it's in barrels or laying in the room down in the stash room. And we are back to.
And I have a fold space portal down in the basement too. That's that line in the room just north of our stash.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I assume you go down to the corner, ascend the stairs, open the trap door, unlock the tower door, and as you open the tower
And
door
lock the trap door behind us, of course.
and lock it behind you, okay, um, you'll notice that there are people in the laying on the ground where you were standing. Your makeshift um, sheet wall is gone,
Yeah.
and
Expected that.
when you have to be careful as you're stepping out the door not to step on people. They sort of get up and they look at you quite rudely as
Okay,
you come
by
out.
the way, we locked the door in the room with the 4 doors. We locked the door leading to the stash behind us as well.
Okay.
That was one of the
Yes.
reasons we wanted to use that door, was because we
I
could lock it.
Yep. And I would say that is probably within Alkeus's capabilities. So makes sense. So where to?
Well, we wanted to go see Priest.
All right. So Priest first, and then the tavern later. Or?
They can go to
Let's get some
Priest. I'll go to the
breakfast.
tavern. We can
Let's
try.
all get some breakfast in the tavern. Let's see what the situation there is like.
All right. So on your way to the tavern, you will see uh, there are occasionally posters stapled on some of the buildings, particularly outside the tavern. And you will see one in your story. It's labeled wanted. Let's see, can I? Here, I'll just dump it in the.
I see it.
Actually, I think if you click on it in the chat box.
Oh man.
That doesn't work. Oh, no, it doesn't work for me.
If you click on the icon, the
Yep,
round
got
icon
it.
part.
Yep. Ah.
We let him go.
Well,
Whoa,
at
whoa,
least he
whoa.
won't be causing trouble here in a hurry.
Did I miss something?
Yeah. Did you
It's a
see the
poster
wanted
for
poster?
Gabrin.
Oh, the wanted poster.
So if
Ah.
in the chat box you click on the little icon on the left, it should pop open the wanted
Oh,
poster.
there we go. Okay.
We could have turned him in for 4,000 gold.
Considered armed and dangerous. Ha! He doesn't know the meaning of the word dangerous.
Right? He's a little girly man.
4,000 gold. Cavern.
Yeah, right?
Hmm. What have you done, Cavern, other than be spineless?
Maybe he's being blamed for something we did.
Oh well.
Oh well.
No. No, he had to have done that because we haven't done anything that warrants that. Espionage?
No, never.
We haven't. Acts of spying and espionage against the kingdom? Never.
No, because we haven't crept in under the keep.
Considered armed and dangerous, us? No, never.
Yeah, never. Us never
Exactly.
armed and dangerous. I mean,
Exactly.
dangerous, but not armed.
That's just don't know what Cavern is up to.
Okay, given that interesting poster, let's head to the tavern. Head inside and see if we're allowed inside or can get food
Well,
or beer.
right. So you have to sort of push past all the. There's people sort of gathered outside the door. Um, the interior is packed with the refugees and a few of the local patrons you might recognize from weeks past.
Yeah, we nod to the locals, let everyone realise that this is not somewhere we've just turned up as refugees. We're locals practically. We've been here at least a week.
Yep. And you do see a familiar face, Ragnus. You recall a
Our good old buddy.
a rascally fellow who scraggly beard, rough cut hair, and he mumbles something to the people around him sitting at the table, and they get up and leave, and then he sort of waves you to the table.
Yes.
We'll sit down.
Yeah, he says, I haven't seen you in quite some time. Are you hungry?
Quite some time. Didn't we see them this morning? Yesterday morning?
No.
No, you
No.
haven't seen Ragnus in quite a while.
Oh, Ragnus!
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes, he was one of the first.
Mr. Ragnus.
Yes, he was one of the first folks
Yes.
with whom you did some work for.
Right. In fact, I think that our newer folks who are not with us have not met them yet, or met him yet.
Correct.
So we should introduce them. Agnes, this here's my new friend, Tor.
An orc. I didn't think you would.
Yes, but a noble orc.
A normal
He
orc?
is a priest. Noble.
Noble.
Oh, noble
It's,
orc.
what? I'm sorry. He's not a priest. He's a He's a cleric, isn't he? No.
Oh, he's
Paladin.
yes.
He fights the holy fight.
No, I'm sorry. He is a cleric.
He is a cleric. Okay, that's what I thought. He fights
He's a
the holy
warrior cleric, a warrior priest. Yes, and he fights for orcdom. He believes that there are no evil orcs, just misidentified orcs. They're unjustly
Understood.
misunderstood.
Oh boy, it's the me orc movement.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. But he's the only one that you've ever heard this, and if you recall, the first time you met him, he was going to meet an orc, a young orc, he was going to sort of convert to his cause, and then that's when you ran into the dwarf and the assassin. I'm sorry, the dwarf and the elf. That whole adventure.
Yes, that
Right.
crazy elf.
Mm.
And that
It ended
dwarf
up
that we keep
punching.
seeing. The
Right.
exact same dwarf. Yeah, Ragnus, that reminds me. Have you heard anything about this? We've seen twice now the exact same dwarf. But I know it couldn't have been the same.
Well, he could have been resurrected.
Have you heard anything about this?
No, but I
Or
will
be
say there has been rumors of some sort of dwarven cult in the area.
too many cults.
Yes, I
Dwarven
agree.
cult. I'm not sure I like that.
They may have some more goings on in the kingdom to the south and east of us. But it wouldn't surprise me that they have some dealings here as well.
Didn't Ragnus introduce us to Gavrin?
He might have. Yeah,
'Cause
actually,
then
I don't
I've
think
got some
because Ragnas has not been here for some time. So
Yeah.
I think. Well, who did introduce us? Because someone introduced us. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
the only person
somebody
it could have been was
suggests.
Ragnus.
Yes.
Wasn't it the tavern keep?
No, I don't
No.
think. No. I'm pretty sure it was Ragnus. So I'm going to ask him if what he knows of the whole story going on here with Gavrin.
yes,
Yeah, actually, I believe you're right. It was Ragnus.
right. Well, it turns out this Gavin fellow is quite the deceitful fellow. I didn't know him well, but I had heard of his unique talents. Although, as it turns out, his unique talents were more in the spying business than in the thieving business. And
He wasn't a very good thief anyway. He ran at the sign of any trouble. He was total coward.
then I am so sorry for having introduced him to you. He really did come highly recommended to me. So, but it sounds like he'll get his just rewards. I think they put a bounty on his head, and
All
there
for
are,
the better, if you ask me.
yep, and there are rumors that tie him to the Order of the Supple Hand. So, as far as I'm concerned, he deserves it.
That's definitely not our doing. That's right. Supple hand, bad people.
Yes, quite.
Wish I'd put an arrow in his back as he ran now. Ha!
Ah, you'd have been 4,000 gold richer, I think.
I don't think I'd have bothered lugging his corpse back to find out, to be honest. I would have just left him lay where he fell.
Yeah. So what have you been up to?
What? Well, we've been out to the caverns.
Ah, yes,
There's
okay.
been,
You wouldn't have happened.
fair bit of trouble out there.
I can only imagine. You wouldn't have happened to run across a young woman yet, would you?
I don't remember any young woman. I look at the others with a blank look on my face.
No.
Young woman. I've seen a lot of young women. They're all over. Have you been in the keep?
He means in the caverns.
Oh.
Yeah,
Guys?
he meant in the caverns.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a young woman went missing a few days ago, and she sort of connected, if you know what I mean. I believe she's the older sister of the um, of Lieutenant Jadal, who's the lieutenant who runs the inner keep and is responsible for security for the Castellan and for the inner fortress.
Okay, out of character. Hey guys, is this the body we threw down the well?
If she's only
Oh,
been
yeah.
missing a couple days, then I don't think so. Well,
Yeah,
mm,
it's definitely her. But did we throw the body down the well?
No,
yes.
No,
you laid it in
did we
that
No,
throw it
no,
room
down?
not.
No, we lay
We
it
laid
next
it
to
in
it.
the
Yeah.
room. Yeah.
with the
We did lay it in the room.
with the big pool of water.
And she was recently dead. She was just killed during the ceremony, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And we didn't put her in the water. We just laid her in the room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So is there any reason why we would not admit to knowing where she was?
Well, I would have admitted to it if I remembered, and my character should have remembered because he has an
Yeah.
eidetic memory.
So
Yeah, this only
So no,
happened
actually, I would have.
less than 24 hours ago, I think. So
okay,
Yeah.
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 So I'm gonna totally I'm gonna tell
Try to
I'm gonna
describe her
describe
as
to
best
him
we
like
can.
we saw unfortunately she had died before we could save her. I mean, she was she died just before we got there. And I'll give a general description of her.
well, that sounds like the woman that's reported as missing. I think there's a reward for her return. Did you say that
Oh
she was
goodness.
dead or?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Ah,
most
that's
definitely. There
I.
was not a thing we could do at that point.
well. I'm not sure how they'll handle the reward, but I imagine they would want to know that.
Yes, of course.
So we should probably tell the captain.
What made them think that she was in the caverns?
Oh, they didn't. They just know that she was missing, and she was outside the keep at the time she went missing. So
Hmm.
I thought I would ask.
Yeah, I'll give him a summary of what went on in there. Should we tell him about the worm or not?
Mm,
I'll
no, I'd
leave
say
out
more of a
the
cult.
No,
detail of the
no.
worm.
In fact, give me just a moment. I'd like to confer with these gentlemen. So, guys, my thinking is we should just offer to go get the body
Yeah, we can do that.
rather than having people stomping through the caverns.
Well, they'll only get themselves hurt.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we can retrieve it.
Well, if you're intent
So,
on retrieving the body, I would speak to either Jadal, the militia lieutenant, who whose sister it is, or maybe Sabine, the gatekeeper,
Oh, thank you.
and let them know.
Sabine, what does
Sabine,
Sabine have to do with what does he have to do with
Sabine the gatekeeper.
she she's
what does she have to do with the missing woman?
well, they're all sort of related and part of a family. I believe Sabine is the
Ah,
second cousin of the Castellan, or a
gotcha.
great niece of the former lord of the keep. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Well, it's terrible news all around then with the attack on Holmgren and this terrible news of the missing woman. This is dark times for the keep.
It is. So, what do you know of what happened to Holmgren?
Well, the best I can gather, although the people of Holmgren were suffering under the occupation of the Order of the Supple Hand, they a couple nights ago, some sort of evil undead-like force seemed to have attacked from the east and has quickly overrun the city, uh, overcoming the occupiers quite easily, from what I understand. And so those
Do you
few,
think it was a long-term rival of the Supple Hand?
I didn't get that feeling. I don't think anybody really knows much about these creatures. They were, from all reports, they're some sort of undead demons or demonically influenced or
Hmm.
nasty stuff. They are very difficult to kill, and
Undead are like that.
they're mindless.
Hmm.
Although they did seem to act as if they were uh, organized, well organized, in fact. It definitely looked more like a raid than just some sort of mindless attack. And from what I understand, they now uh, completely occupy the city, have either slain or captured all of the Order of the Supple Hand, and as well as anybody else who were caught. Although I don't think it matters because, from what I understand, they don't keep prisoners, they devour them.
Now, before the Supple Hand, who was in control of Holmgren?
The king of, well, not king, the Lord and his
Hmm.
son, and if let me go back to the notes real quick.
Duke, wasn't it?
The Duke, yes, I'm sorry, the Duke,
Duke.
who was under house arrest at the time. He
Wait,
was
the Duke was under house arrest before the Supple Hand.
no when the
No,
Supple
when the
Hand,
supple hand.
yeah, when they arrived, they sort of staged a coup of a sort. They were a um, oh, what's the word? Guerrilla-like movement. They sort of attacked from without and from within as well. And
And
they
That was
why?
kicking off just when we started, if you remember. You were
Yep.
there,
Right.
but we
Right.
died since then. Yeah.
Right. So why did the Supple Hand?
no one knows,
Uh,
but the belief is that
was
they
the
are.
Duke
Go ahead.
was there corruption among the Duke's rule?
Well, there certainly had to have been for the attack to have succeeded so almost effortlessly. I mean, they were able to take control of Holmgren and suppress the militia, especially the leadership, uh, within a matter of half a day. There was actually very little fighting. It was a well executed coup.
Mm. There would be no ease in restoring order to Holmgren.
Oh,
As
just
one would
certainly
think.
not when the order had taken over, and definitely not now that these undead like creatures are
Mm-hmm.
supposedly scouring the town for what sounds like food. I truly think I'm not
Yeah.
going to be sticking around, because if that army of undead decides to turn their eyes north towards this our way, this keep wouldn't stand a chance.
You don't think that they could hold them off?
Oh, not for very long, I don't think. My understanding is these creatures have sort of a supernatural ability to. They're very quick. They may have even been able to. There have been reports that they were able to climb the walls,
Oh,
city
yes.
walls.
That would be difficult to deal with.
I think the keep's only benefit is that it's atop a hill, so and the only easy approach would be from the area with the gate in the southeast corner.
Of course.
Well, it's. I feel like this could become an issue.
So I'm sorry, I missed it. What brings you here today?
Well, I was traveling south to Holmgren until when I got here yesterday evening, I arrived at the same time these refugees started to arrive. So I've
Hmm.
decided to stay for the night and gather some information, and I'm now changing my plans, and I think I may be returning north. I think it's too unsafe to travel much farther south at this point.
Hmm.
If you're interested, I have a quick way to get you to Homegrown.
Oh, and how is that?
I am knowledgeable in certain arts, and I have set up a portal in Holmgrim in the past that I can return to once.
That's interesting.
If you're set to go there, I can get you there within minutes.
Oh, that's very tempting. Where would I be? Where would I end up if I were to go?
In the Grange Inn in Holmgrim.
Oh, I see. I think I know the place. That's in the western half. My understanding is the river did slow the creatures. Maybe the
If you
western.
really want to travel there, but of course it sounds dangerous.
Yes, it does. How many could you transport there?
As many as can get through in, well, what's 4 rounds? A couple of minutes? 30 seconds?
Mm
4 rounds.
hmm.
I described to him the amount of time that 4 rounds is.
Mm hmm. I see. And what would you charge for such a journey?
That's difficult to say. The knowledge of what's going on in Holmgrim is worth it alone, but it's a one-way trip. I can't bring you back the same way, yeah?
Interesting. And have you any way to ensure that when I arrive, there won't be uh, a bunch of these creatures waiting there to pounce?
There's absolutely no guarantee. And the portal is two-way for the time that it's open. So as much as you can go through, other things can come back.
All
So you
right.
could send somebody through, and if they come back, and say it's clear, then you can all quickly go
Yeah,
through.
if you have a brave soul to step through first, but of course that will introduce some delay.
I see. Well, give me a few minutes to confer with my traveling companion. And,
And it may be that I step through as well to set a new portal before I leave her.
all right. Well, he will get up and sort of leave the table and go to the far side of the tavern where there's a man dressed in heavy furs, and he leans over and starts whispering sort of closely to the man's ear, and they seem to be having a conversation. And there are two other men dressed in leather armor, carrying short swords at their belts, sitting
I'm
beside
going to
them.
study them carefully so I can commit them to memory.
Okay.
I commit them to memory automatically. So
How
meh.
are you
How
going
would
to
you?
be? What's that?
Nothing. No, just riffing.
Yeah. Any? Are you going to order any food while you're here?
Yes.
Of course.
Stew and ale. Drink.
They have a little bit of both left. They are out of
As
bread
long as
pudding.
it's enough for us.
Ah,
Whatever kind of stew they
it's
have,
the
I
milk,
will
isn't
eat.
it? They're out of bread pudding because they don't have any milk, right?
Well, and anything that they're out of just about everything but stew and ale.
Huh.
They I
I
think
can't get one of those lovely meat and cheese sandwich things, huh?
no, the meat. We're all out of meat. We're out of cheese. We have very little
What's in the
bread left.
stew?
Veggies.
It's what's been caught in the last 2 weeks. So some rabbit. I think a deer. A week and a half ago. Wild pig.
Ale.
Ale sounds good. We're gonna need something to help cleanse our nerds.
Okay. So you
I
order
want to get
some.
my skin refilled, plus have a good hearty flogging.
Okay. So refill. Not that it matters at this point, but a refill on your skin would be 2 silver.
Done. And then stew and an ale.
1 silver.
Okay.
I'm very proud that this innkeeper is not profiteering.
Right?
Well, it does look like a lot of the people sitting here are refugees, and they appear poor. So it is possible he's been being very charitable at the moment.
I toss the innkeeper an extra gold and say, "This is for your generosity to those who need it."
That's
will.
funny. I was just gonna look around and see if I saw anybody looking hungry without cash.
Yeah, all the people outside. He will thank you
Yeah.
heartily. He will say, "Yes, this is gonna help, but I'm afraid my food stores are running low, so I don't know how much more I'll be able to share." It's really
You
it's
you usually get your supplies from Holmgren?
well from everywhere in the region. Well, we've got usually get our milk from Holmgren and some of our wines and beers, but that's been drying up over the last month, and now it's altogether cut off. So we have really what we have here in the keep, and it doesn't appear that the militia or the Castellan are doing anything about it. Really, they've just sort of let the refugees come in and haven't really provided for them much for the moment.
I wonder where the Holmgren brewers have landed after their flight.
After their flight. What flight are you talking about?
From Holmgren.
Oh, as in their.
Well,
Fleeing.
certainly the vintners and the brewers have left Holmgren, and I dare say their skills are not lost, merely their supplies and location.
In farmland.
Might be that you would want to find them and perhaps work out a way to open a brewery here at the keep.
Aye, but they'd need farmland, don't you think?
Well,
And they can't exactly grow their crops overnight.
it's true.
All right. What else are we doing? What other? Are you just waiting for?
We want to go and see.
Yeah, we're waiting
I
for.
no,
Right,
we can leave and let him know on the way that we'll see him here at lunchtime, since he's also good at making us wait, and then we can go and speak to Priest.
Okay. Well, he
Sounds
will.
good.
He will tell you. He is. They are interested in going, but they need to gather their things, so they wouldn't be able to go for a little while. So maybe meet up with you
Okay.
in an hour or so.
I'll see you here at lunchtime.
All right. Priest.
So that's our breakfast sorted, and we can go see Priest. It's nice to turn the tables on
Take that, you bastard.
see you back here at some very vaguely specified time.
Okay, bear with me. I am looking for. Okay. So if there was a gang of or a throng of people outside the tavern, there's an even bigger, thicker throng of people outside the abbey. You'll have to sort of push your way through. And you notice many sick and injured people lining the just about every available floor, space, and wall inside the abbey. Acolytes and other priests are tending to people. And eventually you will see Priest. And he will notice you and sort of give a heavy sigh, and then he'll walk over.
I suspected that kind of reaction.
Yeah.
He'll say, "I have what brings you here now, my children?"
Checking in on you. Coming to see
Uh,
how you're doing.
yes. Well, as you can see, not very well. We are very busy tending to the sick and injured.
We too have been busy tending to the evil in the land and dealing with it appropriately.
Yes. Well, we are each called to our duties.
How's
Oh.
Menlaus?
Well, I haven't seen him for a few days. He was called to attend to some work westward, so he was well when he left. He said to send his regards if we saw you again.
He said he can speak.
He said.
Well, in his way.
I'm
So,
sure he
yes,
only
we've,
knows explicatives.
Mm-hmm.
We have encountered some trinkets on our travel that we thought you may be able to help us with.
I could try. What have you found?
So we'll lay out the amulets and one of the arrows.
Mm-hmm. And he identifies. Well, this amulet seems to confer some additional health to its wearer.
Oh. Oh.
Let's see. Did that show up? I've not done the identification yet. Okay, yep. And then this other amulet, and he sort of holds it up, and sort of shakes it near his ear like he's checking for rattles or something. And yes, I believe this amulet will probably confer uh, some additional armor, natural armor, to
Natural.
someone who wears it.
That would be good for
Me,
the squishies.
me.
I can hear something, but it's just out of my
Sounds like
pitch of
a
hearing range.
mouse. You know, like something
Me.
squeaking. Now it sounds like a very sick mouse. And
Okay,
help.
and
I,
how
will just
about these?
I'll just stand there with my hand out.
You wouldn't have happened to brought any extra food, would you? Perhaps some bread or cheese or especially meat?
Alas.
I
Yes,
have.
Yes,
What?
sister?
yes. I have bread and cheese and a little bit of dry beef.
Ah, would you consider perhaps donating it to a cause? As you can see, we have many mouths to feed and only so much spare food here at the Abbey.
Yes, yes. You may take it.
Ah, blessings upon you, sister.
How about these arrows?
Where did she get that?
Arrows.
A
Oh,
sandwich?
here's interesting. Where did you find these arrows?
We found a few lying along one of the corridors on our paths. I think it was in a tiresome, evil place.
Oh, I see. Were they found somewhere near this keep, perhaps?
What?
Not
Interesting.
too distant, not too distant.
Well, there are rumors, and these are only rumors must say, but I do believe they have quite a bit of truth to them, that before this keep was occupied, as it is so, this area was um, there was a sort of smaller tower-like structure that existed here, and in it dwelt a mad wizard who dabbled in very strange magics. And some sort of calamity befell the tower and it was ruined. But these arrows do bear the mark of the guardians that he employed to protect the keep. So it is quite likely they have some sort of magical property. Although what, I can't exactly say. But they're likely to be dangerous to most folk, as they were used
Well, all good
defensively.
arrows are.
Yes. So you may find they have a keener edge than most, or they have some sort of poison on them, or even some sort of magic to them. But I would use them sparingly and cautiously because they are generally employed by what are believed to be very evil people.
Okay. The word of poison, I suddenly start handling them a lot more carefully.
I'm sorry, who did you say they belonged to?
Well, there was a what most people considered to be a mad wizard. His name was Ariz the Magnificent. And
Aries.
yes, and he
Magnificent.
had built a tower on this where this keep now stands. And he dabbled in very strange magics.
Does his name sound familiar?
Not to you. Not to anyone, actually. He may have had other names.
Oh, what names might he have had?
Well, I cannot say, but in this area he was known, or at least I heard his name was Ariz. It is commonly held belief that this keep was built on the ruins of some former power or structure.
Okay, I see there's someone already writing a note for Riz the Magnificent, so I will not overwrite it.
Okay, I made a note of this, guys, in my public player notes.
By the way, I noticed, Sorak, your armor seems to have changed somewhat since we've last spoken. I notice you've got pictures of what appears to be some sort of cave, and there are orcs and goblins and kobolds. Are these something you
Oh
drew on the
my!
armor? Huh?
I have
Orcs and
been through that, dealing with some of them. Definitely the kobolds and goblins.
Yes, I believe you that may be chronicler armor, and if that is so, then it is likely that your armor and your axe will probably be more attuned to the slaying of these evil creatures. That is quite some armor.
Very breathtaking. Hmm. I do not like those beasts.
I'm sorry, I'm making notes here again. The people that had taken over Holmgren between the Duke and the Green-Eyed Monsters were called the what?
Between the Duke and the Green-Eyed Monsters, that was the Order of the Supple Hand. A sort of
I'm sorry,
paramilitary.
you cut out just as you said it. The Order of the
The Order of the Supple Hand. They are a sort of
Wow,
paramilitary.
again, completely lost what you said. The Order of the what?
Supple Hand.
Supple
Supple
hand.
hand.
Am I
Thank you.
cutting out for everyone else?
Yes.
yes,
Well, that's very odd. I'm not. Has that been the whole time or just now?
It just seems like just
Um,
now.
for me, it's been a little bit here and there from everybody. So
Hmm.
I've had some really distorted audio at points as well.
Oh, I hate to think it's
Not
the
cutting out, but
not our platform. All right. Well, I've been meaning to get a new microphone to replace my nice one. Oh, I see. It's showing low connectivity. That's why. So maybe a bandwidth issue. That's odd. All right. So did you get that, Jen? Order of the Supple Hand.
yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay.
I was just using the notes feature a little more broadly now. So
Mm-hmm.
now I have a note on the political landscape of Holmgren.
Okay. And they are rumored to be a sort of paramilitary, somewhat. They have cult-like features, but they are very well. They seem to be very well organized militarily, and they seem to be spreading throughout the land. There have been rumors
The supple
about.
hand.
Yes, there have been rumors about them performing coups in other places. So Holmgren just happens to be the closest place, and you've seen it firsthand when you went to Holmgren to book passage to an Enokai.
Yep. Yep.
Um. Okay.
So, any other questions?
Well, you said something like my armor and my axe seem more attuned
Yes.
to dealing with.
So, out of character, when you are attacking
Yeah.
orcs, goblins, or kobolds, you'll get a +1 to your AC against attacks from them, and a +1 to hit. Oh, this is over and above any other bonuses you get. The
Oh,
axe is conferring you a bonus to hit for orcs,
Yep.
goblins, and
And the
kobolds,
armor.
and the armor is conferring you a +1 AC. So as long as you're wearing the armor, you'll get the +1 AC,
Yep.
and the +1 is for
I
only
guess
the
he's
axe.
seen my completed spear before, no? I can't remember if he's seen it or not.
The spear of Havern.
Yeah.
Yes, it has similar features, but he's not as familiar with it. He just noted that it also seems to have similar markings for orcs, goblins, and kobolds, and both the spear and the thorax armor also seem to have what appear to be maybe really crude maps of where you've been in the caverns.
Oh,
So they're
cool.
they're almost like a living, not a living journal, but you know what I mean, like a
Yeah.
chronicling where you've
Yep.
been and what you've done. But as of the moment, there's no special ability or
No, that's
bonus from the spear that you can detect, or that Priest knows about.
by the way, someone else should take that amulet of health because I already have one, but I took the amulet of natural armor.
Can you wear 2 amulets?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Ah, I thought one was a bracelet. I'm sorry.
No, they're both amulets, but we'll have to look. I'll look right after the session and see if you can actually wear both.
Okay. Maybe I can take one to some sort of jeweler and have it made into a belt or something.
Nice thinking.
Could be, although I'm not sure you would find one available in this town. You could always try looking, though.
Well, you mean I'd have to go to Holmgren?
Who knows?
I
Hey, an old
just ask
guy.
around
No.
about where that guy is.
Well, and you'd
Wear it
have.
like a pocket watch.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. What else? Anything else?
I do not have anything else.
No, maybe we should decide then what we're going to do next.
Well, next we need to meet with. Oh, what's his
Ragnus.
face?
Ragnus.
Ragnus.
Magnus, okay.
Yeah.
But then
And
what's
go
our
from
intent?
there.
Are we going
What
Are
I
we gonna go
plan
with
to
him?
do. Well, I plan to be one of the first through at least to make a new portal location, because once I've burned it, and then step back through to the keep unless we're going to stay there.
That's what I'm asking. Are we going to go to Holmgren?
I think it's going to depend on what is on the other side of that portal.
We were also going to talk
Mark,
to the person whose sister was her body's left in the
that's right.
caverns.
Mm-hmm.
We should do that before we meet up with
Yeah,
before we meet up with
well,
them.
Or
not necessarily. If we're going to go with Ragnus, then we might not want to even offer to go and retrieve a corpse if we don't have time for it.
That's true. Real quick, Mark, I was trying to find a map that would have like the keep and Holmgren on it, and I can't figure out which map it is.
current location.
Yep.
Trailing stars, current location.
I do
Thank
need
you.
to also buy some more silver arrows, so I will stop
I'm
there before I
interested in
come
what
back from
happens
that.
when you stick somebody with one of those black arrows.
Well, that's why I want more silver arrows, just in case it's not something I want to be involved with. So how does the Amulet of Health work? Is it just +2 health, or +2 health per level, or?
I don't recall offhand. Let's see. Amulet of Health. Da, 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 da. It's +2 to Constitution.
So effectively +1 health per level.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think maybe our frontline damage soak could maybe use it. What do you think, Sorek?
I was just thinking that would be a nice boost.
Not that you ever get hit, of course, but
Yeah.
on the off chance that you do, you know.
When I do, it hurts.
Well, I would give Tor an 18 con, just for by the by.
It would give me an 18 con.
Yeah, okay. I'd say you're the frontmost well armored between the two of you for sure. So
I
Yeah.
think Tor could maybe use it more because he's more likely to get hit.
Yeah. It's,
his AC at the moment is 19.
I'll let you and Tor fight this one out. Not my fight.
Yeah, you can figure it out next session probably.
yeah.
Not gonna matter this session. We're actually over at this point, so
Yep.
if you want to hold it as a cliffhanger till next time to figure out what you're gonna do with the portal or report the body.
Yep.
So
Well, I think it's extra good to
sounds
leave the
good.
decision to next time because then the others can be involved because I think it's quite a
Yep,
big decision
I agree.
to be making. So
okay. All right, so I need to find out. Well, that's right. You're going to give up the amulet anyway. No, wait. Oh, Jen is deciding if she can wear 2 amulets. So we need to answer that
Yeah,
question
I
now.
need to decide.
Yeah, I'll have the answer by next session.
Okay. Or if I can have one amulet made into like a bracelet or a gauntlet or a belt.
Yeah, and I don't think that would be a trivial thing, but that doesn't seem too unreasonable. So it'll just be, how are you going to find someone to do it, and how much will it cost? But
Find a goldsmith or something. But yeah.
yeah. All right, so let's leave it there, I guess, and pick it up next
I
time.
think it's been a good session and not too bad for the other guys to miss under the circumstances. We got stuff done, but it wasn't stuff that needed the whole party to get done. And I think we made some good groundworks for whatever it is that comes next. So
Yeah,
Yep. We have lots of options.
I agree.
yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thanks very much, all.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
This solution
Sounds good.
seems to work. We seem to be able to talk mostly without interruptions. So
Yeah.
okay with sticking with Gilded for now.
Very cool. Thank you.
Catch y'all next
Cool.
weekend.
Yep.
See you next week. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
Hi, guys.
Bye.